That was a really great first episode. I really enjoyed the art style. I know a lot of people ain't like it, but I like how much of a comic book it looks like and how it reminds me, I think, of Web of Shadows. I think that was a Spider Man game that also kind of did something similar where it feels like a comic book. This really felt like that, especially at certain parts. I liked how, and I think I've seen a lot of shows start doing this, where the whole smell test of the shirt before going out. Also liked the thing with the book bag they pulled with that first one, like he already had his abilities, but no. But the second time he came around, yes. And I'm loving how they're portraying the relationship with Aunt May. Now, sweet and genuine it feels. Like it just feels organic. I like the detail when she went in for the hug but had the seatbelt still on and how that would come across. That was nice. Doctor Strange got his like original look. That was cool. We see a symbiote. The spider came from a portal. It bit Peter, but it didn't die. So it's a possibility that it might bite someone else. Whoever picked up that book bag. So I'm feeling like that's gonna come back around because they showed it being carried off essentially. So I think it's gonna come back around because otherwise you could just had it bite and crawl off. You didn't have to show that, but they did. It's probably I was thinking maybe down the line it probably won't be a Silk situation because I don't know a lot about Silk, but I know that is someone that was bit by the same spider that bit Peter. So either it's gonna bite someone else or be captured and tested on. Maybe. Well, I like Harry so far. We didn't really get to know him, but he seemed cool. Met his dad though at the end. I'm curious why he's there though. And then like you got Nikki, who seems like a good friend so far. We didn't see like the build up, but they skipped a few months ahead. But it feels like a natural friendship, especially because he protected her, protected her. But they seem like some good actual friends. And then Pete, high school woes, trying to ask out his babysitter, essentially his ex babysitter he grew up with. But she got asked out by was it Lonnie, I think, who was actually a cool dude. I like how they did the subversion of just he a jock, so we assume he's stupid. But this school is like you know with like some pretty smart people. But and I like what he said. He gonna do great in football, but he'd rather have options along that journey, which is good. And they actually started bonding, and I liked how we got to see like after leaving Ronnie, I mean Pete leaving, we switched to Ronnie. So I'm feeling like in this show we might get that thing where we change perspectives, which is nice. Also, the world feels filled in, and the action and the fluidity is really good. It reminds me of like the MTV Spider-Man, except smoother and a different style, but you can tell it's a bit like 3D in a mix, like 2D. I'm enjoying it. The first episode was really good, and the world feels really lived in. And I know people was talking about the trailer and how T-Posey the characters looked in the one shot, but actually watching the show, I don't got anything to say about that. It looked great, and the characters actually are moving even the background characters, and it was just really good. And I also love how it's been a few months after the fight, but he's still like an amateur, so he still misses when he's shooting the web sometimes, and he's not just great at it yet. Also, like how when he brought the woman back to the pizza place, and I like that, like showing that I mean, he hopes he doesn't regret it, and I don't think he will. And sometimes people just be down on their luck and make bad choices. Now we'll see how that works out. Sometimes it goes bad, and sometimes it goes good. It be like that. And also, with just seeing Ronnie's perspective, I think he wanted to hang out with Peter, but didn't know how to ask. And you clearly see, like when he's going home, how he's treated. It might be a bit of a melting pot in New York, but that doesn't mean prejudice still isn't a thing. But at least when we got to his house, his family is nice, and everything at home seems cool. But we'll have to wait and see. Also, like Peter living in an apartment already with May, so being like in the center of the neighborhood. Because in a lot of shows, he usually lives in a neighborhood away from the city. No, he's like in it. So I'm curious. I'm about to get into episode 2. This is a great first episode. I think this show has potential. Yeah, some people don't like it for a specific reason, but so far so good.